Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Trans and the Mouse, episode 58. Um, we hope you enjoyed last week's episode when we reviewed um Delamore. Um, Obviously this week we are going to be doing our usual, which is cover what has happened in recent weeks. So be prepared to be pissed off, annoyed, you know, the usual bullshit. But before we get around into it, we're gonna have a quick catch up.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I think hold on. I think everything should be working now.
Awesome. So
Oh
yeah,
yes, yes.
uh,
I had to so how's your week been? How's it how's how's life?
how's life? Um,
Don't have to... yeah. Yeah.
eh,
Yeah.
just plodding along, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, apart from annoying idiots online, like nothing much.
Yeah. Uh,
Um,
I've really been getting back into the groove of that lately. Like
yeah,
uh I've been on fire. I've been burning hot. Yeah, it was like one. It was that. It was one. I don't remember. I don't put these people on. It was one person you talked to who was like, "Oh, I've talked to that," and I still have no fucking clue who that was.
yeah, yeah,
Like the other day, like I don't know. Good for you if you remember me, I guess. Uh, like on the off chance that he happened to get like for real under my skin, congratulations, I guess. I must have been having an off day then. It happens once every so often. Like, yeah. Uh,
yeah.
but
Well,
um, but you're the guy who's remembering me for a year, not the other inverse. So like,
yeah. I was having a and see if you can sense the sarcasm. I was having
yeah,
a scintillating conversation with this one gentleman,
yeah.
you know, saying that gender affirming care doesn't save lives, which it does, but because he wants to be a troll, you know,
Well, you kind of have to consider trans lives to be worth saving, which they don't. So I guess,
yeah,
like,
mm,
from their point of view, they're correct.
yeah. But then
Uh, yeah.
I proceeded to embarrass him, mm,
Nice.
like not once, twice, three or four times, but a total of 7 times.
Fucking loser.
Because this person thinks that he knows more than I don't know experts.
I mean, what a fucking cunt.
Yeah. Uh,
Ah,
so yeah, I embarrassed him 7 times, and in the end, I I ended up blocking him because one,
yeah.
he would have kept on embarrassing himself, and number two, there's only so much embarrassment I can dish out until I get bored, and I got bored, so I blocked him.
Yeah.
Um, you know, if that,
Yeah.
so that's what I did, and so apart from that,
I've
I've just
yeah.
been trying to stay busy, do coursework and all of that, and yeah. But but all in all, my week has been okay. What about
Yeah.
you?
Um, we had an open house today at work, so like just next year seventh grader got to like seventh graders got to like be there and see how it's done. But it basically ended up with me sitting listening to pulp in my classroom while just writing and shit. Um, I'm off of work next week for a winter break. The And I'm not even kidding you. This is what they actually call it, like the athletic break. Like this is the break where we're supposed to be like go skiing or something. Which I refuse to do. I used to snowboard when I was younger. Then I twisted my fucking knee because I put my foot down, but the board wasn't under it, and then the board which twisted my other leg like 90 degrees around. 180 degrees around. I'm sorry. 90. So that sucked fucking dick. But that was when I was like 15. Uh but no, this week I spent yesterday at my boyfriend's place. We were like just hanging out with his kid, and she's fucking great. They go for like nightly walks. Like and always stick around at the flat and like just do shit, either get work done or like do some weird art bullshit. Um, but yesterday I was kind of bored, so I did my makeup and then I decided to do the dishes. And this might give you an idea of how fucking helpful of a person I am, because I don't notice the kid coming back. She's 10, and like all of a sudden, she's standing next to me, like shocked, looking at me, and then she just calls into the like hall hallway. He She's doing the dishes. Like like she had just gotten home from work, seeing her cat and her dog like having a beer at the table. Like that was the fucking sound of her. Um, so that was fascinating. Uh, other than that, but she is very fantastic. We share custody of this hat because she liked it so much, so she gets it every other week. And yesterday when I came there, she had hidden it from me, and she was like, "Do you guess where it is? Try to find it." So I tried to find it everywhere, and I even looked in the fridge, but she put it in the fucking freezer. And before she put it in the freezer, she had doused it in water because she wanted it to be frozen when I got it. She's a chaotic fucking person. Which like I like that. Um, so basically, what we do when we hang out is that we put both of our like ADHD up to 1,000, and then just annoy the shit out of my boyfriend. Uh, Apparently, she gets in like a really weird, sarcastic, and mean-spirited mood if she even knows I'm coming over. Uh, because I like in a good way, in a like jokey way. Um, she also did like we were discussing something, I don't remember what, and she just said like, well, we can like agree to disagree. And I was about like, yeah, that's very mature of you. And but she just cut me off and like, I mean, what we agree to disagree on is that you're wrong. Uh, so she's a cold-hearted fucking monster at times. Which I like. She's fucking great. But yeah, other than that, like yeah, I've been trying to get the energy to go through with the fucking exam season at work, and like no, I stopped my sober month, so that was nice. I started doing drugs again. Uh But other than that, genuinely don't really remember what I've been doing. Oh yeah, I did the Teletubby thing. Did you watch that? Did you see it?
Yeah.
Where I put Edgar Allan Poe's face over Poe from Teletubbies. Uh, that one took me longer than I want to admit, by the way. Like that took me fucking hours to get right. But and it got like weird because I don't have many views on YouTube because I am like the shit that I upload is like I put a laugh track to an Andalusian dog, or I just upload nonsense and then I name it like recreational genital mutilations for beginners, or like primary school snuff video and stuff like that, and I just upload like noise and sound. I think I called one making fun of the epileptic community. Um or unreasonable criticism of the unreasonable mean spiritedness towards the epileptic community or something like that because of that flashing lights. And then I just like I just upload shit, so I don't have many views. Like one of my most viewed videos is me literally dubbing over every single sound from a 90-second chunk of Night of the Living Dead with just my voice. So it'll have me like making the sound of gravel. But that for some fucking reason, or it's me doing the fucking playing guitar while someone's getting brutally fucking murdered in the background. And shit like that doesn't get you subscribers apparently. I
Oh
also have
yeah.
one of Titanic. I also have one of Titanic when it's like the second that he drops into the water at the end, like when he's dying and drowning. I start playing Under the Sea from Little Mermaid. I did have one where like Passion of the Christ was set to like when he falls down, I put in Tub Thumping with Chumbawamba. Like if you don't know what that is, it's I'll get knocked down, but I get up again. You're
Yeah.
never gonna keep me down. Like that's that one. And I did have one where World Trade Center would put the song Airplane of like from Disney, but that one got removed not because it made me a piece of shit to upload it, which it did, but because Disney didn't let me use the copyrighted music. Like that was the reason it had like that one had like 200,000 views or something, but like the Teletubby one for some fucking reason it got weirdly lots of traction. People like I don't know what it was for the first time in my fucking life. Maybe I picked a good name for the algorithm. Other than that, I've been I don't know like keeping drawing, keeping writing. I'm working on getting my book translated to English. Uh, So expect that one to get mailed to you the second that boyfriend is done with that one. He is a translator for real. Um, I have made a new enemy at work.
Oh, awesome.
So I don't know how I will punish that bitch, but uh, and I don't know. Other than that, I've been having a good week. I think I've been having a good week. I've been having a good few weeks actually. No, wait, wasn't it like last week or the week before that? It fucking sucked. Yeah, it was the week before that
Yeah.
when I nearly died. But like since then, since I nearly
Yeah.
since nearly dying, I just realized I missed a dentist appointment today, and I had no fucking memory of that. Jesus Christ, fuck. Um, yeah, I had an entire class like get tricked by one student that I decided their grades in the seventh grade. Like I decided the letter, like if they get a C or get an A, and that they can't actually change it. Like she had gotten that ID for some reason, so I decided to um sit down with them and do here's everything that you know and here's why you get this grade, and here's what you need to do, which made everyone feel like a fool except for me, which was nice. And I was very receptive to the criticism as well, which made it even worse for them. I don't know how she thought that, by the way, because she raised her grade last year. Like what she said. But like the kids and the teenagers and the dumb sometimes.
Yeah.
And they really don't want their failure to be because like and she's not failing, by the way. This is one of those who are really like, no, you can't say that B is a failing grade, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, uh, basically I've just been like doing weird shit. Some art projects and stuff that I'm working on. I'm doing a documentary about myself,
Awesome.
which like, yeah, because like I think there might be an interest in it, but nobody's going to do it. Like if it existed, I think there are some people who would actually watch it, but I don't think that anyone else is going to like make it. So I'm doing a documentary about myself, and I'm going to force my friends to sit in interviews and talk about why I'm so great. And that's not the most narcissistic thing I've ever done. So that's nice. Also writing my fourth book to my boyfriend. This time I'm going to bind it myself. I'd like this. This is the book now. No, this is the book now. Sorry, fuck. Handwritten bullshit. Uh, me just talking about like me being weird, basically, and you can tell when I'm high. Also, it's really funny because you can clearly tell when I'm high because that's when you get to run on sentences for 5 fucking pages and it just goes in ways where you don't expect it to. And like, yeah, I wrote this on the fourth day of a binge. uh, and then the subject matter is like how grateful I am to get to know his kid, and it's just weird. It's weird mixture of highs and lows and like very, very sentimental love and just the cruelest comedy ever, which is kind of like what I do in general. I think weird honesty mixed with just fucking cruelty.
Mm.
Uh, Other than that, I don't know. I've been fucking with the turfs again on Twitter, by the way, which is really funny. I've been getting like, I've been getting likes for the first time ever. I don't know. I've been getting like traction on my shit and like not new followers because nobody follows me, which is funny still.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. I've been having really, really fun with them and just like being as cruel as I can from the start. I liked the J.K. Rowling bullshit that I did. I think I'm done with her because of that. Like, I think I kind of like criticizing her poetry was kind of like I can't do anything funnier than this. I do have a fake image where it says that she. I have a image of her like the bronze statue that they were pretended they were going to make of her or something. So I took an image of that bullshit, and then I put like a fake quote of her that says that when asked, did you know that when asked about what her inspiration is, she says that she always wanted to be a talentless fucking hack of an artist who starts promoting a genocide, just like her hero Adolf Hitler. Um, Before I think I also say that she stomps out a cat saying it was trans so it had to die.
Yep.
Other than that I don't like, yeah, so that's kind of the sort of shit I've been up to lately. I do not know how I haven't gotten this account sacked yet because I'm not like doing hiding little. "Ooh," I'm just outright saying kill yourself now. I don't know.
Yeah.
What was it? What was it today? If I found myself in a chapter of my life where I was downloading the fucking lewds of people I hated only to post them like as a gotcha, I would have ended my life and I would have been correct. Like that's
Yeah.
so that's what I've been doing. And I've been having fun.
Awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
no, I'm
been.
done.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. So our first article is we kind of covered this
Oh, we
in
mentioned it.
last week's episode near the end.
Uh,
Um. So if so wait, let me. So as you may have
if anyone,
heard.
Yeah.
In last week's episode, we briefly spoke about Sweden and the mass shooter.
Yeah.
So, in Örebro, Sweden, the shooter who earlier this week killed 10 people in Sweden's worst mass shooting was
Yeah.
connected to the Adult Education Center, where he opened fire with at least one rifled live weapon, law enforcement officials said Thursday. Authorities said the gunman, who has not yet been officially identified, may have attended schools there before Tuesday's violence on the school campus west of Stockholm. The shooter was later found dead with 3 guns, 10 empty magazines, and a large amount of unused ammunition.
Did they say Örebro was west of Stockholm?
That's what it said in this article.
Yeah, like they're not wrong. It's just that it's a weird thing to mention because it's like there's a it's a bit between those. Like this like
Yeah.
3 hours by train. Like it's west of Stockholm the same way that like I don't know. It's not a neighboring city. It's not like the Uppsala or anything.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was just like me reacting. I guess they just want to localize it for people who don't live in Sweden or who
Yeah.
don't come from Örebro, which I do. I actually come from there. That's my hometown. Or like I live in a shit town outside of Örebro, but yeah. So like I know that place. That's weird.
Yeah. So basically, he was found dead with 3 guns, 10 empty magazines, and a large amount of unused ammunition next to his body. It was not clear how it was not clear how he died, but officials said officers did not return his gunfire.
Well, we don't do
Um,
that here.
yeah, the school
Uh,
campus, Wisbergska, offers primary and secondary educational classes for adults and aged 20 and older.
mm,
So it would make sense.
yeah, yeah,
Swedish,
it would.
yeah, Swedish language classes for immigrants, vocational training and programs for people with intellectual disabilities. It is on the outskirts of Örebro, about 200 kilometers, 125 miles from Stockholm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
it's not close.
yeah,
It's a different city. It's a weird thing to I don't know. It's like anyway.
yeah.
Uh,
Um,
but I get like why do people even know where Stockholm is in Sweden? I don't know.
um,
Um, I don't think I could point it out to on a map either, but geography has never been my like strong point. I literally learned like the whole north, south, west, east thing, what they were, like 2 years ago.
yeah,
The
I
second I
learned,
talk about something that I don't know about, I sound like a fucking brain dead idiot.
yeah,
Uh, but like, yeah, this was the place where I used to go. Didn't used to go to this school. I did go to school in Örebro, and like I knew people who worked there, and like I don't know if, no, yeah. Uh, it was so weird though because I was like out sick for that entire week. That was the week where I like had food poisoning
yeah.
and then nearly died.
Um,
Uh, but like it was weird because like I only found out about that shit when I got to work, like on Monday, like a week after.
yeah,
Like, have you heard? Is it like, or like they didn't say, "Have you heard?" Of course, they assumed that I had heard. And I'm like, no, I've been living on a bathroom floor for 2 days. Uh, I haven't heard shit. What happened? I'm like, mass shooting, mass shooting. Like, oh, in which state? Like, no, in Sweden. Like, oh my
yeah.
god, oh my god, we have a
Um,
mass shooting now.
yeah. Some 130 officers arrived Tuesday after alarms summoned them to the school to find chaos across the campus.
Yeah.
They described the scene as an inferno and believes the gunman turned his weapon toward them as they entered the building. Dead people, injured people, screams and smoke. Local police chief Lars Viren said during the news conference, many people running inside and outside the premises. Officers found at least 5 people, all over age 18, with serious gunshot wounds. 2 of them remained in intensive care. Thursday in serious but stable condition. The other 3 were in stable condition after surgery. Police were forced to search the large school, 17,000 square meters, 180,000 square feet, to ensure there were no other casualties. In Örebro, a town of 160,000, that's considered Sweden's 7th largest municipality.
We are not a big country.
Yeah.
We're a long country though. Like, yeah, it takes a while to go from Kiruna to Skåne. But yeah.
Gustav and Queen Sylvia, as well as Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson, visited Örebro on Wednesday and attended a memorial service. The Swedish Football Association pledged to begin its future international matches with a moment of silence. This is not a Swedish problem, it's a problem that we have seen throughout the world, Johansson said.
Yeah. What would it be? Literally once it's happened here. It's not a Swedish problem.
Yeah.
Oh. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird to
Yeah.
like, I don't know, this happened where I grew up and that's kind of weird to me.
It's like,
my dad used to work at that school at one point, I think.
Yeah.
Luckily, he was safe from being murdered on account of being dead for 12 years, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 13 years.
Yeah, all of my condolences and thoughts go to obviously the family of the victims and all
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah, of course. Also,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
sorry, you have to live in a shit town. Like,
It's
aside
like
from this, like, it's not a good place to live.
it's like
It
it's
has
like
it has like one sex shop and it sucks.
yeah, it's like
That's a kind of fucking shit town. It is.
it's like prior to you bringing this up last week, when you
Yeah.
mentioned, right, because I don't know why, but my knee-jerk reaction, I know guns are in it can be in any country, but my knee-jerk reaction was to say, oh, is this the US?
Yeah,
Or
right. Yeah, it feels weird. Like, I barely know any people who like, okay, fine. I know some fucking weird people who have guns. Like my friend, like my old friend who, like, he lived on a farm and I think he just lived there because he wanted to, like, fucking do whatever the fuck he wanted. And you could for like, if you went there when he didn't cut his grass that often, and like you could accidentally kick up a like automatic semi-automatic weapon. Yeah, that
yeah,
happened sometimes. Did we take it out and shoot beer cans on it when we were really fucking shit faced? I'm not going to say, because I think that's a crime to even say in this country. And I'm not going to say shit like, look, he still found a gun, or anything. I'm not going to use this as a
Yeah.
way to argue that we should loosen up our gun policy in this country. Of course, I'm not. Even though I believe so. I I'm gonna take this. This is going to be Max's pro gun hour now. Now we're going to. Um, I have friends who are intensely uncomfortable by the fact that like they agree on every single opinion that I have, but for some reason, when it comes to guns, they are like weirdly uncomfortable with the fact that I'm pro gun.
Yeah.
But that's like we don't have that culture here. Um, but like, yeah,
Yeah.
he had 3 guns on him.
Yeah. 3 guns. Um, he emptied 10 magazines, and he also had like an unlimited amount of ammunition on him.
He, he, he hit the God mode sheet just before he entered the
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
No clipped his way through the fucking wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have routine for this shit.
Yeah.
By the way, like we haven't. We're going to get some training in like what are we going to do if it happens to us, like at work, and like, but they wait on it because they can't give it to everyone at the same time, and they kind of don't want anyone to get a head start. And I think I've actually managed to get through to them why that's a fucking terrible idea because I just like, yeah, are we? What are we going to type to the parents? It's fucking kill. Yeah, I'm sorry. Timmy in grade 7 died because like grade 5 hasn't been able to get the training yet, and we really didn't want anyone to get a head start. Like
Yeah.
that's insane. Yeah, you want people. Of course, I want them to have a head start, preferably from the gunman. I don't want my students to die, and I prefer not to die either. Um, like if it stands between me and them, am I tossing them into the line of fire? Absolutely, but yeah, of course I wouldn't. I would toss them out the window to break it so I don't hurt myself when I jump out. This is the type of jokes I've been doing at work. Ah, semi-popular among some of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do we do if it happens here? I don't know, die, I guess.
Well, let's keep that jovial, joking manner in this next
Yeah,
one.
this jovial joking manner about dead kids. Ah, fuck them kids. Yeah, I'm sorry. What was the next one?
Right. Trump and Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Jesus fucking
are
Christ.
starting their tenure at HHS by attacking trans people, harming
Oh,
their
of course.
health, and promoting unscientific rhetoric about sex as a so-called immutable characteristic. So,
It's so fucking
the
fucking
US Department of Health and Human Services on Wednesday rolled out sweeping new policies that effectively erase the federal recognition of transgender, non-binary, and intersex people, implementing a series of executive orders signed by Donald Trump with the launch of a new web page under the Office on Women's Health. Funny. The department is
yeah.
now promoting a rigid definition of sex that excludes trans identities, falsely framing gender affirming care as chemical and surgical mutilation, and targeting trans inclusion in sports. The new policies align with Trump's broader rollback of LGBTQ plus rights, part of his administration's aggressive campaign against what it calls gender ideology.
Hey, have you ever noticed that everything is fucking shit?
Yeah.
Funny
Uh,
by charging. That's what.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr., sworn in less than a week ago, declared that the department is bringing back common sense and restoring biological truth to the federal government. In a press release, he added that the prior administration's policy of trying to engineer gender ideology into every aspect of public life is over. Okay,
Um,
Robert.
you know, like it's like common sense. Do you know what I hate about that? Do you know what I hate about like people like, oh, this is just common sense.
Yeah,
Common sense is what told us that like disease was caused by witches. Like, uh, you get that. But like that's not what happens. You get a cold because you get infected by a virus. You don't get a cold because you get a cold. And like yeah, the common like it feels like it. It feels like that's the reason. So the common sense thing to think is that it is. But, like, common sense is wrong all the fucking time.
yeah,
We need to stop like this counting common sense.
yeah. Um, the move, unsurprisingly, has sparked outrage from LGBTQ plus advocates, medical professionals, and lawmakers who say the administration is weaponizing government agencies to push an unscientific and deeply harmful agenda. It also comes amid a string of legal setbacks for Trump's anti-trans policies.
Yeah.
A new web page titled "Protecting Women and Children" enshrines Trump's narrow definition of sex, erasing the existence of transgender, non-binary, and intersex people from federal policy. It claims that federal agencies must now recognize only two sexes, male and female, and asserts that gender affirming care is a form of
Fuck the intersex.
child abuse. So that's how they view gender affirming care now is child abuse. Great. Um, Alongside the website, there was a video released featuring Riley Gaines, a former NCAA swimmer and right-wing activist, who praised Trump's executive order barring trans women from competing in sports. Little does he know that they've been competing in women's sports since the 70s. But because
Yeah.
she's got too many fucking blonde streaks in her hair, she's become fucking stupid.
The 70s, by the way, those who don't know, like people people like this love the fucking 80s because like the weird prosperity. Like, oh god,
Yeah,
Reaganomics fixed everything. Yeah, no, it fucking led you down to where you are now, you dumb cunts. But like,
yeah,
you can like during all of this, trans people have been a thing.
yeah,
And like, that's what's kind of fucked about it. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not going to read the whole thing because you get the idea. Like I said, I'll put all your links to articles in the description below for you to go and read it for
Yeah.
yourselves. But
I'll put the fucking suicide hotline and the links below after you've read it.
yeah. This one, a Washington. Wait, when was this? A Washington judge blocks Trump's gender-affirming care ban. Um,
Ah,
a
fuck you.
federal, a yeah, a federal judge in Washington state has blocked a key part of Donald Trump's executive order that sought to restrict access to gender-affirming care for transgender youth, ruling that it is unconstitutional. This marks the second time in a week that a judge stood in the way of Trump's attack on trans kids. U.S. District Judge Lauren King issued the decision Sunday, granting a temporary restraining order that halts enforcement of provisions in Trump's directive that would cut off federal funding to medical institutions that provide gender-affirming care to minors. The ruling follows a lawsuit filed by the Democratic Attorneys General of Washington, Oregon, and Minnesota, along with 3 doctors, who argued that the order violated constitutional protections and overstepped presidential authority. King found multiple constitutional issues with the order, including attempting to impose restrictions beyond the powers of the presidency, interfered with states' rights to regulate medical care, and unlawfully target trans people. But we all know this. Nothing new.
Yeah, like these bitches talk about state rights when it's fucking shit like abortion and slavery.
Yeah.
Then it's state rights, sure. And now that a state actually decides to, yeah, hey, Trump, fuck you. Like all of a sudden, the fucking president is all the power to do whatever the fuck he wants. No, just because you got a little fascist dictator in the White House doesn't mean that he gets to fucking do whatever he wants. For some reason, someone at some point, like, the ability to check each other.
Yeah.
I think it's the only good, like, thoroughly good thing that they've done in like American politics since the creation of America. Creation of the US, I should say. America was created on the 4th day alongside the bees.
Yeah.
But the US was created in 1776.
Yeah. This ruling follows a similar decision last week in Baltimore, where a federal judge temporarily blocked the order nationwide in response to a lawsuit filed by LGBTQ+ advocacy groups and families with transgender children. That case, heard by U.S. District Judge Brendan Herson, found that the order likely violated constitutional protections and disrupted access to critical healthcare. So that's that. So at least 2 judges came to their senses.
Yeah.
And, stopped him. Albeit a temporary ban, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah, like if I have to choose between a temporary ban and genocide for trans people, I'm going to choose the temporary ban on the genocide.
Yeah.
Though I'm not like, why do I have to pick? Why do I have to pick between those 2 things? But it's like getting an antivirus software when the problem with your computer is that somebody punched a fucking hole through the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure the Trojan is what's going to get you, not the fact that you have a hole in your screen.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, to have a fire extinguisher and then just throw it on the flames. That's kind of what this feels like. Like that's not how you use it, but I'm glad that you tried.
In the wake of the gruesome murder of Sam Nordquist, with one of the perpetrators identified as a member of the LGBTQ+ community, your lovable trans auntie unpacks the trans bias within the LGBTQ plus community. So, the recent murder of Sam Nordquist, a 24-year-old trans man, has been a weight on my heart. The Minnesotan traveled to Canandaigua in upstate New York, a town a mere 34 minutes from me, hoping to connect with someone. For many, the age of the internet and social media has allowed marginalized individuals to find friendship or romance. But instead of seeing the connection he desired, Sam faced a horror beyond words, tortured and murdered.
Yeah.
An official police
Uh,
statement indicating there's no current proof this was a hate crime. Here we
get
go.
fucked.
Typical ABC. Moreover, their statement read, Sam and his assailants were known to each other.
Yeah.
What if they were? Let's play that argument.
Good.
What if they were known to each other? Does that make it any less of a hate crime because they knew each other?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. It's still a hate crime,
Um.
whether you knew the assailant or not. What a fucking
Also,
logic.
also, if you're using this fucking, if you, genuinely, to anyone out there, if you're using this fucking murder to, like, score political points that aren't even there, like, oh, but it's not a hate crime because of this or this or this. If you're deciding to like reduce this person's death to that, I genuinely hope you fucking suffer. I hope you fucking die.
Yeah,
If that's what you decide to do, like if there's even a part of you that goes like, maybe I should argue that this isn't like hateful, whatever. I don't fucking care.
yeah,
I don't fucking care. I don't want to hear what you have to say. I don't think you should have anything to say. I think that you should be done speaking because the only thing that I want to see in your mouth is a fucking gun barrel
yeah,
at that point. Like, go deep throat a shotgun. Fucking go the way of Ernest Hemingway, you useless fucking cretinous cunt. You are the worst type of people. You, like, at least, like, okay, so at least the people who torture and murder him, I'm going to, like, if you torture and murder someone, I don't care if you're, like, declared legally sane or something. There's something wrong with your fucking brain. And, like, I get that you don't have the brain of a normal person, so you have like no fucking limits on what you are like, capable to do. You spiteful fucking cunt. I hope you don't never reproduce. But like the people who decide to fucking defend this, like not the people who they did, but like, they're actually fucking the worst of the fucking worst because they seem to like function like normal people. They argue that they are do, and then they spend a fucking time arguing that the worst fucking torture murder case that I've ever fucking read about
yeah,
isn't a fucking hate crime. I don't care. I don't want to hear your fucking opinions. I want you to jump off a fucking bridge into acid.
yeah. And at least one of the defendants lived with Sam in the time period leading up to the instant offence. Yeah, that's all very well and good. Yeah, fine, that's fine. One
And
of
if
them
these
lived
are
with,
your arguments, you are a fucking idiot. It's not
but
a hate crime because they lived with together.
yeah,
I've hated every single person I've ever lived with.
yeah, yeah. But the difference
Not
is,
on the basis of their identity, on the basis of them being
yeah,
shit.
yeah. But
And they've
by
hated me as well.
yeah, but by disclosing this, we must address an issue many try to avoid. Trans individuals face transphobia within the community we helped shape. We don't let me read that again. By disclosing this, we must address an issue many try to avoid. Trans individuals face transphobia, we know this, within the
Yeah.
community we helped shape.
Yeah, so the shape, it's we face transphobia from within the LGBTQ community. Like the trans people help shape the LGBTQ
Yeah,
community,
yeah,
and
uh,
we face transphobia from within it. And yeah, like fuck,
yeah, that's
uh,
yeah.
we do. Um,
Uh,
personally, personally, that doesn't bother me more or less than
no,
like the regular transphobia because I have a weird idea of community, and I don't like communities at all in general. But like if the community is what LGBTQ community is what you have, and it decides to treat you like a fucking second class citizen, because like all of a sudden when you get to hate other people, you kind of forget the fact that you yourself is marginalized, apparently. Um, and like if that's all you have, if everyone in your life have like turned away from you, and all you have is like this vague idea of a community, and the community is a fucking piece of shit to you.
yeah,
Like I can
uh,
imagine that, and I'm sorry that happens to you. And like this is why this is like why trans women tend to like appear to be very much a sort of isolated group of Twitter weirdos.
yeah. Like
Um,
I I just scrolled ahead because I wanted
yeah,
to see where this article is going, and it's like I don't even think like who wrote this. A person called Marie Adelena de la
yeah.
Fieri wrote this article.
Uh,
Marie, like I'm sorry, but um, what were you? But what is that? What was your motive behind this article?
yeah,
Article because it doesn't make
I think
sense.
it's just I think it's just that like trans people are treated like shit even within the LGBTQ community, which they are in a
Yeah,
sense.
because
Uh, but then but then like the LGBTQ community is also like comes to bisexuals. There are so many like weird little exclusive in groups.
yeah,
And
oh, yeah,
if you are one of those, if you are one of those who decides like our marginalized group is going to marginalize that marginalized group within this marginalized group, uh, like get fucked.
yeah,
You like they aren't there. I can't even there. You don't even
yeah,
deserve a fucking rant. You deserve to.
because she's going to explain what transphobia is,
Yeah.
and then she's got, and then then she has included a Merriam-Webster defines transphobia.
Oh,
And
cute.
it's like, what, like, what are you doing?
What page? What site is this on? Is this Pink News?
No, this is on the a website called the Advocate.
Okay, because I was like, if this was Pink News, I was just like, who reads Pink News? Who reads Pink News and don't? It's like some of those equivalents and don't know what transphobia is to find us.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, yeah, I think she's like saying that we should stop being transphobic within the LGBT community.
Okay, Mary. Like, whatever. Like, do you?
Which, like,
But
yeah, we and like there are large chunks of the LGBTQ community. I hate saying that Q and then follow it with community. I'm sorry, that like phonetically it's a fucking nightmare. LGBTQ community. Ah, anyway, uh, so like yeah, and like yeah, there are large chunks of it that
yeah,
are like hateful towards trans people. Uh, I just know this because like there are moments where I end up like in little weird little enclaves of the LGBTQ community. Like mostly I don't involve myself in it at all, but like a boyfriend has friends in it. Uh,
yeah,
the weird fucker. But like I have so like my friends are so not able, like my friends are just weird goths and
yeah,
stuff. Um, but I do like interact with people who are like in the LGBTQ community and who go to Pride and stuff like that. Um, And like, yeah, there are definitely gay people who are massively, massively, massively fucking transphobic, and
Yeah.
that kind of
Oh yeah.
sucks. And it's like it's something that a lot of people don't like. Yeah, we all hate on TERFs, but like TERFs aren't feminists, we know that. But like when it actually comes from groups within an actual fucking group that are supposed to help you, like when it comes to from people who are actually within your fucking community, yeah, I could imagine that's fucking hard. And that's probably like one of the reasons that I'm not that involved in it, aside from my weirdly strong sense of individualism.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Completely. Yeah. I. It's just the way she's framed this article
yeah.
and the way she's obviously arranged it. It
Yeah.
like I don't know.
Yeah,
Like it,
I'm also going to say like, if you're a trans person who tries to use this fucking murder as a like in, let's do some political points. I hope you fucking die as well. I don't care.
yeah.
Stop using murders like you're fucking like chess pieces on the most cynical fucking board game ever.
Yeah. Yeah. Being
I'm good.
queer doesn't automatically make someone a safe space. Yeah, we know.
Oh, yeah, no.
I've been in rooms,
Look at me.
yeah, where LGBTQ plus in quotes felt more like a hierarchy than a collective experience. The L and the G show up in full force, with usually the G taking precedence before all at times belittling or ignoring the T like an unread text. But this isn't new. Pride started because of trans women like Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera throwing bricks against oppression. Despite some suggestions, but once the movement started getting camera time, trans folks, especially black and brown trans folks, got edited out of the frame in the
Oh, oh,
70s.
oh, 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 I thought you said transphobes, especially black and brown transphobes.
No,
Like they were the bag. Like I thought this just took a weird, hard, like the
no,
hard line turn into straight up racism, and I was like, okay, this got interesting. But no, she
yeah,
says that the black and brown trans
yeah.
people got erased. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Um,
Thank fuck for that, because
yeah,
otherwise you would have been a fucking moron.
yeah. In the 70s, some groups slammed the door on them, ignoring and demeaning our existence or flatly turning their heads because a trans person wasn't palatable to their taste. Turf energy has been brewing like bad coffee long before J.K. Rowling sought out treats.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um.
yeah, yeah. Like yeah. J.K. Rowling responded like her whole thing was that she defended my force status. So like, of course, it was my force status, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So.
I retweeted a transphobe's tweets because I
Yeah.
had an old lady moment. I
Yeah.
am shit at technology. I have never accidentally retweeted a genocide.
Um. So as with the victims' families of the Sweden mass shooter, our thoughts and condolences go out to Sam's family. Um.
Yeah.
This one. Um. Let me make sure I'm on. Let me see. Am I on the right one? Uh.
Next story is going to show an actual snuff video of fucking trans person getting murdered. We're doing the happy podcast now.
Yeah. Um.
I'm sorry, I thought I'd add some levity, that jovial sense of I'm.
Right. This one.
Yeah.
Um. There's three final articles, but they're all on the same thing, and then that'll be that. So
Yeah, what's
This
happening
is
now in
on
Helltown?
um, the Bayswater Support Group. So,
Yeah.
and this is a support group for parents of trans children
Okay.
who,
A support group, how? Like, we actually want to help you, or like you're you're being mistreated because you aren't allowed to be a piece of shit to your child.
well, the tagline, the tagline,
Yeah.
and this is on, and if you're, and this is on the Bureau Investigates. It's
Yeah.
like in the Bureau of Investigative Journalism.
Yeah.
So the tagline is, "One day they may thank us for that abuse."
Ah! No, they won't. Fuck you.
On
Oh
a
my god. Oh my
on
god.
a private Discord, parents discussed destroying their trans children's belongings and blocking access to Childline.
Uh,
So it says,
so
our
you,
kid, our kid has gone from a them in inverted commas to a inverted commas him and back to a them, lamented a parent on Bayswater Support Group's internet forum.
yeah, he's trying to find himself, you fucking idiot.
Again in commas, I did some research and became gender critical. In my outlook, maybe 3 years ago, my wife resisted but has recently peaked and joined the resistance, like, Viva France resistance. Can anyone recommend a therapist who doesn't just affirm gender identity?
Speaking of the revolution, I can definitely come. I can. I
Uh,
can. I have a few like ideas for a good guillotine to get your head chopped off. You useless fuck.
yeah. Um, so
How do you work this hard to get hated by your kids?
I don't know. Such introductions are typical of new arrivals to Bayswater's Discord server, an online space for parents of trans and non-binary children and young adults. Through its connections with conservative politicians, including Miriam Cates, the group has influenced policies that have rolled back trans rights in the UK.
Yes.
As revealed by the Bureau of Investigative Journalism, posts on the forum over the course of a year to April 2023, seen by TBIJ, demonstrate why that is so concerning. So, parents discuss attempts to stop their children from being trans, from
Yeah.
isolating them from support and restricting their internet access, to sending them to conversion therapists and destroying their positions. Bayswater even promotes a book called Desist, Detrans, and Detox, getting your child out of the gender cult.
I want to explain this. I want to say this clearly, and I hope that some of you listen to this, and I hope that you feel like a pang of guilt. They won't thank you for that abuse. If they do, that's because you've brainwashed them into unhappiness. I You are the lowest form of people to me, all of you, every single one of you. You have
Mm.
you have you've decided to bring children into this world. Nobody forced you. You decided to bring children into this world, and your only job is to make sure that they come first at any cost. Yeah, sure, that might be hard for you. If it is, don't have children. Um, and you choose instead of loving them to just torture them because of something they didn't decide on. And you do this while arguing that you are good people. You're not fucking good people.
At worst, you're going to drive your side to suicide. At best, they're going to cut contact with you. So either way, they'll be dead to you. And I'm fucking hoping that they won't be dead for real. You are harming children. You're harming people, the people who you put to this earth. You harm them, and for no good reason. There is nothing. And then you try to play heroes, like, oh, you'll thank me for this book. You narcissistic fucking
Yeah,
pieces of shit. Go, go to bed and don't wake up tomorrow. Like, I don't have children. I never will have children. It's a choice I made a long,
yeah,
long time ago. But I do have a child in my life. I have plenty of children in my life, but I have one child in my life. And do you know what the best part of my week is? The best part of my week is when I get to hang out with boyfriend's child and just like watch her be allowed to be who she is. He's the greatest fucking parent I've ever seen in my entire life. Nothing comes before that kid.
yeah,
And I get to see like the most fucking ADHD adult child that I've ever met, who isn't me, get the child that I didn't get, and like that is healing, and that is something she will definitely thank him for. Like, you people, you won't get thanked. You'll pat yourself on the back and say that you did everything to save them, but you didn't. You did everything to harm them, and that's like you are terrible, terrible people, and you do not deserve your child. I hope you fucking suffer, all of you. I hope you get lonely, and the end of your lives will be set to the soundtrack of a beeping heart monitor and flickering lights. You lonely fuck, because no one will be at your deathbed. That's it. I'm done.
yeah.
Did not write that.
No.
I am good.
Um, trans Trans Safety Network, which records attempts at institutional and organised harm against trans people in the UK, said while Bayswater presents themselves as a support group for parents, TBIJ's findings show they operate as a conversion therapy activist organisation with direct links to political campaigning against the rights of trans children and young people. Most Bayswater members misgender their children in their posts. So quotes throughout this article have substituted gender neutral terms behind closed doors. The posts seen by TBIJ show Bayswater parents discussing how their treatment of their trans children had led to them being reported to social services. One posted that a school counsellor made a referral because my child, in brackets, is fearful living in our home. We have refused to, again in brackets, to buy them certain boys' clothes, and we restrained them. A subsequent post noted the child was not in commerce, not concerned that mum and dad have been referred to social services. Members are aware that some of their behaviour is considered abuse. One user posted a link to an article about anti-LGBTQ plus domestic abuse, with the caption, examples include monitoring interactions with friends. Imagine it also includes refusals to affirm. Another parent sarcastically responded, yes, we are abusive, with the original commentator retorting, one day they may thank us for that abuse.
No, they won't. Not unless they thank you for showing them your true colors, you fucking monster.
Yeah. A
Um,
Bayswater committee member admitted on the forum that her trans child, a young adult, was living in accommodation for LGBTQ plus abuse survivors, which she called a church for the gender faithful. Other posts revealed she prevented them from taking hormones at home and took steps to ensure any money they inherited could not be used for transition care.
You know what I'm like? When I was 3 years old, I told my mom I was a girl, and she told me no. But that was her being like incompetent. That wasn't her being spiteful. My mom did many things wrong, and my dad did as well. Like I'm in low contact to my mother, and before he died, I was in no contact to my father. They've done plenty of things to fuck me up over the years, but like one thing they didn't do, and the one thing that I actually do thank them for, what I literally thanked mom in person for, is that when I was a kid, I played in dresses, I played with dolls, I did all that shit. I always wanted to have like curly hair. I wanted to have like beautiful long hair, and I wanted to be a princess and like blah 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 blah. And while my mom didn't know shit about trans people back then, and she has since grown because like my brother is trans as well. Uh, we have a fucking genetic disease in this family, but like while she didn't know shit about that, so when I actually said that I'm a girl, she said no, unfortunately, which kind of fucked me up as well. But that was accidental. But like she always let me be who I was, as long as like she could see me as her son, but who her son was, she didn't care about. Like if her son wanted to play in dresses, if her son wanted to play in dolls, if her son wanted to be called Katrina, whatever, fuck. And that part I actually am thankful for. And this is a person who I definitely am not thankful for a lot of things about. She has been a horrible, horrible person. But what she actually did, that was actually good. Like she's the type of person who, when I sat down in the car and I was wearing glasses, she looked at me and said, "Oh, you're wearing glasses, but you look ugly in those." Like that's the type of person mom is. But like I'm genuinely so fucking thankful that she always let me express how I want, because that has given me such a confidence to do so.
Yeah.
Like that's the reason that I can be confident about it right now. She always told me it's beautiful in that sense. And she did it to all of us. Yeah, she didn't understand it. And yeah, like when my brother came out as a lesbian and then like to trans, like yeah, they were a process, and yeah, she needed to grow and learn. She tried to, and she did, and like yeah, she still kind of fucks up all the time, but that's like she's 73 years old and she's kind of dumb. But like that part, the part where she actually let me play in dresses, that's what I'm thankful for. Your children won't be thankful for you not letting them be with you. They will cut contact with you. And good.
Yeah. Several several Waller Bayswater members describe behaviour that under Crown Prosecution Service guidelines could be classed as domestic abuse, like destroying or removing the children's pride flags, LGBTQ plus badges, bras, binders, clothing used to create the appearance of a flat chest. One parent who had already destroyed several binders described how they had issued an ultimatum when their child bought another. I told them to go and get their phone, laptop, and tablet, and that they weren't getting them back until they would give up their binder, the post read.
Well,
However, Bayswater appears to have successfully lobbied to water down prosecution guidelines for anti-trans domestic abuse. In May, the CPS updated its domestic abuse guidance to remove withholding money for gender-affirming treatment as an example, and narrow the definition of other forms of transphobic abuse. Destroying medication became destroying UK regulated medication that has been prescribed to the victim, effectively failing to protect the significant proportion of trans people who self-medicate, because trans healthcare in the UK is inaccessible. While NHS trans healthcare requires years-long waiting lists and invasive assessments in areas of Spain, young people over 16 can be referred to by can be referred by a GP, to access hormone therapy without a psychiatric assessment, waiting less than 6 months. Bayswater publicly thanked the CPS for engaging in a constructive dialogue with the group, posting on X that it was pleased to see this reflected in the guidance. So Bayswater is basically, utilizing their power and their pull, trying to,
Harm children.
yeah. The nature of Bayswater's private Discord makes it difficult to find young people directly affected by members of the group, as most are unlikely to know their parents are involved. Rebecca, 22, does not know if her mother or stepfather have ever been Bayswater members. However, her experiences demonstrate the harmful impact of living with transphobic parents. Yeah. What I think, because if I'm being honest, I think I've heard enough tonight. What I think we will do is obviously because next week we will be doing something else. I think the week after that, I will earmark where I got to, and then we will continue from there. Because like I say, I think I've had enough for tonight.
Yeah, I was just about to say, because like this genuinely upset me. I don't know if
yeah.
you noticed, I am how the fuck can you do that here in fucking China? I hope that these people one day realize what they did and they are crushed by guilt. I genuinely do.
Yeah.
I don't think they will, but I do hope so. And like, this is like reading actual, like, this is like reading Narcissist explain why the narcissist prayer is like a reasonable attitude to have. If you know the narcissist prayer, that
Yeah.
didn't happen, and if it did, I didn't do it, and if I did, you deserved it, and like it goes on like that, and it's sort of like we're back, like this is just that, this is just, and like as a high functioning narcissist, I don't have any respect for people who don't try to fucking deal with that shit. I hope all of you lose contact with your kids. I hope that your kids grow up to be happy and safe, and I hope that you will be unhappy and unsafe for the rest of your life.
Yeah. It's like as I was obviously reading that, I felt my blood starting to boil.
You don't know my
But
soft spot. I can't deal with them. Like,
no. So next week we will review a movie or a book.
yeah.
Then the week after that, we will obviously
I haven't.
finish those articles. We
Have
may
you read this one? It's Lesson Zero, Bret Easton Ellis' debut novel.
no.
The main characters are bisexual, which is literally the only, and it's like a gay out author. Bret Easton Ellis is a gay man.
Awesome.
So that's my recommendation.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, that will be it for tonight.
Yeah. See you soon, people.
See you soon. Stay safe. I mean, you know the drill by now. Stay safe. Look after your mental health. If you do decide to do narcotics, stay safe. Be safe.
Yeah.
Make sure you know who you are with. And yeah, we will see
And
you.
if you actually make sure to clean out properly, you can safely do astronaut. Bye.
Alright. See you all next week.